Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily, where today we're looking at 5 tiny clubs who've made it to the big time. Remember, the most liked comment will get a shout out on Sunday Vibes, so leave your thoughts down below. Let's get into it. 5. FC Sheriff Tiraspol. Take a look at the teams competing in the 2021-22 edition of the Champions League, and there's one name that few will have come across: FC Sheriff Tiraspol. The Moldovan national champions have defied all the odds to become their nation's first ever side to qualify for Europe's premier competition, beating the likes of Red Star Belgrade and Dinamo Zagreb en route. Now this achievement cannot be understated. According to UEFA's coefficient, the Moldovan league ranks 41st out of its 55 members, while it only features 8 teams in total. Sheriff have won the title a staggering 19 times in their 27-year history, though have never before converted that domination into a spot in the Champions League. Now they have featured in the Europa League proper on 4 occasions, but have always failed to progress beyond the group stage. But now glory awaits, with trips to the San Siro and Bernabeu to face AC Milan and Real Madrid their reward, along with a tough away day to Shakhtar Donetsk. In an intriguing twist, the city of Tiraspol is located in a breakaway region of Moldova called Transnistria, which harbours ambitions of unification with Russia. Transnistria still holds the hammer and sickle in the corner of their flag. So while not everyone in Moldova will be cheering Sheriff along against Europe's elite, there should still be a huge source of pride for a club that has come so far in such a short period of time. 4. Brentford. Brentford are without doubt the feel-good story of the 2021-22 Premier League season. Whilst Norwich are playing their 10th season of Premier League football, having been relegated a joint record of 5 times, and Watford their 7th, the Bees are experiencing their first campaign in the big time. It's certainly been quite a journey. Playing in the 4th tier as recently as 1999, the club bounced around League 1 and 2 before finally achieving promotion to the Championship in 2014. Despite consistently losing their best players, their intelligent recruitment strategy ensured they punched above their weight, never finishing in the bottom half before finally securing promotion in 2021, a year after Wembley heartbreak at the hands of their rivals Fulham. Owned by Matthew Benham, who has a controlling stake in Danish side FC Midtjylland, the club has a distinctly Scandinavian feel. Co-sporting directors Rasmus Ankersen and Phil Giles are wedded to the idea of stats-based recruitment, which has allowed them to scout worldwide for hidden gems and develop them for profit. There is an ever-expanding list of top talent that has passed through West London, including Ollie Watkins, Said Benrahma, Neil Mope, Esri Konsa and James Tarkowski. Never afraid to make the hard calls, as shown by their decision to close their academy in 2016 in favour of creating a B team, Brentford have certainly done things their own way. And with a clearly defined style of play, vociferous home support and an incredibly likeable and tactically astute manager in Thomas Frank, many pundits are now reversing their pre-season predictions which touted the Bees for the drop. Just before we move on to our next tiny side punching above their weight, just a reminder to like and subscribe to Euro Football Daily with that notification bell switched on. The likes really boosts these videos up the algorithm, so please hit that now. 3. Ibarra. Spanish minnows Ibarra may have been relegated from La Liga last term, but the fact they were even there in the first place is a story that needs to be cherished. Ibarra's home ground seats just shy of 8,200 people, enough to hold almost a third of the local town's 27,000 person population. But the stadium isn't the only thing that's small about Ibarra. Ever since achieving promotion to La Liga in 2014-15 for the first time in their now 80-year history, the club's financial power has paled in comparison to their rivals. Just for context, in their first top-flight campaign, Los Armados operated on a measly €13.5 million per year budget, 37 times smaller than the €500 million Barcelona were playing with. In fact, so small were Ibarra, the club had to increase their social capital by €1.7 million in order to be granted a licence to compete in La Liga. Gripped by their David versus Goliath story, the global football community responded, generating Ibarra over 11,000 shareholders from 65 countries. Life in the top tier over the next 6 seasons brought inevitable change to the Gunsmiths. They built their first official club shop, developed an online store, and upgraded much of their existing infrastructure. To date, their most expensive transfer is Edu Exposito, signed in the summer of 2019 for €4 million from Deportivo La Coruña, by which time their annual budget had swollen to €47 million. However, despite all the allure of wealth and power, Ibarra's community spirit has never faded. Debt-free to this day, shares are capped at a maximum value of €100,000, so to avoid any individual takeover. And last season they were just one of 2 La Liga clubs to have a female president, and the first to employ a female sporting director. In fact, 36% of the fans attending the Ipurua Stadium are women, 6% above La Liga's average. Sadly, 2021 saw Ibarra come crashing down to earth, relegated after a 20th placed finish. But with Gaisco Garabdino back in the dugout, the man who helped them achieve promotion in the first place, the future is bright for Spain's plucky underdogs. 2. Venezia. Think of Venice and no doubt imagery of canals, gondolas and beautiful architecture springs to mind. It's fair to say that for most people football isn't something they normally associate with the Italian tourist hotspot. But with their football club Venezia returning to Serie A for the first time since 2002 and just the 13th time in their history, they've made football one of the hottest talking points in town. 2019-20 saw the club narrowly escape relegation to the third tier, but they defied the odds to finish 5th in Serie B last season and beat Chievo, Lecce and Cittadella to return to Serie A just 6 years after finding themselves in the 4th year after filing for bankruptcy. They, like Brentford, have done it their own way too. Co-owned by a group of Americans fronted by New Jersey resident Duncan Niederauer, who only took a controlling stake in the club 18 months ago, they've gone for it this summer, splashing just shy of 18 million euros, 13th in Serie A, above the likes of Sampdoria, Lazio and Torino. Having hired an analytics officer as his first move as president, Niederauer claims that any new signings has to wow us on the analytics side for us to even contemplate signing him. This window saw them sign players from Israel, Belgium, Russia, the MLS and most notably Serie A and the Premier League, with the lone arrivals of Mattia Caldara and Wales's Ethan Ampadu perking interest on these shores. With a phenomenal set of kits designed to appeal to the North American markets and a gorgeous 7,450 capacity stadium, currently being readied for its grand opening following redevelopment this weekend, Venezia have certainly caught the eye of the neutral. Bottom of the league having conceded 5 goals in 2 games, there's a long way to go, but we'll all be rooting for Venezia. 1. Leicester City. Now, we could have profiled a number of clubs, from SD Huesca in Spain to Carpi in Italy, or Swedish Minnows Östersunds FK, who Graham Potter led on a remarkable 8-year rise from obscurity that culminated in victory over Arsenal at the Emirates in the Europa League. But we simply couldn't put this list together without honouring the memory of Leicester City's incredible title success back in the 2015-16 season. There are so many elements to this story that make it a truly remarkable affair. Given 5,000 to 1 odds at the start of the campaign, no one but a few lucky punters gave the Foxes a single thought when it came to becoming Premier League champions, least of all after they sacked Nigel Pearson and brought in a Claudio Ranieri many thought had seen his best years come and go in the world of management. Pearson, for all his combustible ways, had guided Leicester City to a miraculous escape from relegation the season prior. 7 points adrift from safety on the 3rd of April 2015, 7 wins in their final 9 games saw the newly promoted side surge up to 14th by the close of the campaign. But what would happen over the 2015-16 season could scarcely be believed. A 3-2 victory against Everton on December the 19th meant Leicester City topped the Premier League table on Christmas Day, while 13 goals in 11 straight games saw Jamie Vardy break Ruud van Nistelrooy's record of goals in 10 consecutive PL matches. By April the 10th, Champions League qualification was secure, but the Foxes weren't done yet. Tottenham Hotspur emerged as their only credible challenge, though a draw to Chelsea in what was dubbed the Battle of the Bridge handed Leicester City the most unlikely of titles, finishing with 81 points. Ranieri's team had only lost 3 times all season, winning 21 and drawing 12, while names like Vardy, Kasper Schmeichel, N'Golo Conte and Riyad Mahrez were propelled towards global status. Despite his triumph, Ranieri didn't last much longer at the King Power, and there have been a few challenging moments in the years since at Leicestershire, not to mention the tragic passing of their owner in a helicopter crash. But having shocked the world of sport, Leicester City have continued to muscle their way into the Premier League elite. Consecutive 5th place finishes and last season's FA Cup victory is testament to that fact. Today, Leicester are an established force, but what they achieved back in 2016 can never be forgotten. So that was our choice of 5 tiny clubs that made it to the big time. Who have we missed? Let us know in the comments below and we maybe will do a part 2 to this video. As always, make sure you're liked and subscribed to the channel and don't forget to leave your best comments which could be featured in Sunday Vibes. Thanks very much and we'll see you next time.